Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. The holiday season is upon us, and all around you can see twinkling lights, decorated trees, and maybe even a few inflatable Santas on lawns. We all know and love these Christmas traditions, but have you ever stopped to wonder where they actually came from? When did we start bringing trees into our homes, hanging stockings by the fire, or waiting for a jolly man in a red suit? Well, today we're going to unwrap the history of our most cherished Christmas customs. Get your hot chocolate ready, because some of these stories might surprise you. Let's start with the big one, the Christmas tree. This tradition has its roots in 16th century Germany. Back then, devout Christians brought decorated trees into their homes. Some built Christmas pyramids of wood and decorated them with evergreens and candles. It's widely believed that Martin Luther, the Protestant reformer, was the first to add lighted candles to a tree. The story goes that one evening, while walking home, he was captivated by the sight of stars twinkling through the evergreen branches. To recreate the scene for his family, he put a tree in their main room and wired its branches with lit candles. This beautiful custom remained mostly a German tradition for a few centuries. It didn't really take off in the English-speaking world until 1846, when a London newspaper published a drawing of Queen Victoria and her German husband, Prince Albert, standing with their children around a Christmas tree. Since Victoria was a very popular monarch, what she did, everyone wanted to do. Soon, every fashionable home in Britain and America had its own Christmas tree. Now, what about the gifts under that tree? The practice of giving gifts during winter has ancient origins, long before Christmas. The Romans, for example, celebrated a festival called Saturnalia in late December. It was a time of feasting, merrymaking, and gift-giving. As Christianity spread, this tradition of giving gifts was incorporated into the Christmas celebration, symbolizing the gifts of the Magi, the three wise men, to the baby Jesus. In the early days, gifts were usually small things like fruit, nuts, or handmade items. It wasn't until the Victorian era, with its booming factories and growing consumer culture, that gift-giving became the major commercial event we know today. Of course, we can't talk about gifts without mentioning the man who delivers them, Santa Claus. The legend of Santa begins with a real person named Saint Nicholas. He was a bishop who lived in the 4th century in a place called Myra, which is in modern-day Turkey. Nicholas was known for his incredible kindness and generosity. The most famous story about him involves a poor man with 3 daughters. The man couldn't afford a dowry for them, which meant they were unlikely to get married and faced a difficult future. Secretly, Nicholas came to their house at night and threw 3 bags of gold through an open window, saving them from a life of hardship. One version of the story says the gold landed in stockings or shoes that were left by the fire to dry. And that's where the tradition of hanging stockings comes from. The image of Saint Nicholas evolved over the centuries. In the Netherlands, he was known as Sinterklaas. Dutch settlers brought this legend with them to America. The name Santa Claus is simply an Americanized version of Santa Claus, but the chubby, jolly, red-suited Santa we know and love today was largely shaped by 2 key American works. First, the 1823 poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, more famously known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This poem gave us the image of a jolly old elf with a sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Then, in the late 19th century, cartoonist Thomas Nask drew a series of illustrations that solidified Santa's image: the red suit, the North Pole workshop, and his list of naughty and nice children. While many people think Coca-Cola invented the modern Santa, their famous ad campaigns in the 1930s simply helped popularize the image that Nast had already created. So, there you have it. From German trees and Roman festivals to a kind-hearted Turkish bishop, our modern Christmas is a rich tapestry woven from centuries of history, culture, and storytelling. It's amazing to think about how these traditions have traveled through time to become the celebrations we hold so dear today. What's your favorite Christmas tradition? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories behind our favorite things. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful holiday season.